I see the night breathe fire and gold. The skyline whispers tales untold. We're chasing shadows that never stay. Under neon skies we fade away. Hold on tight to the static glow. Do we run or let it go? Under neon skies we burn. The lights so wild they twist, they turn. Feel the heat, the night's alive. Under neon skies we die. The ground shakes, but we don't care. We're weightless, floating in the air. Your touch electric, it sparks, it screams. We're tangled deep in lucid dreams. Hold on tight to the static glow. Do we run or let it go? Underneath skies we burn. The lights so wild they twist, they turn. Feel the heat, the night's alive. Underneath skies we die. You left the window open. I felt the night crawling. Shadows stretched like whispers, brushing my skin. A clock without a heartbeat, ticking but it's thin. Can you hear the pull, the break of silence bending, ready to shake? It's the eclipse of us, we're fading fast, like swallow whole, nothing can last. Eclipse of us, eclipse of trust. What's left when the stars come by? What's left when the stars come by? I called your name in echoes. It split the dark in two. fracture in the rhythm, searching for you. The air is thick with memories. I can't cut through, feel the gravity, the way we're spinning closer. Is it too late?
Okay, here comes your first time lapse. They see you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gain. Your car is leaking fluid.
The beat was low, the lights were slow. We're just dancing, shadows slipping through the sound, lost in the rhythm, nowhere to be found. Dancing, shadows fading tonight.
There's the flag. It's over. The estimated strength of field is 1,187. Let's go points racing. One to go, next time by. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed. Jetstar 4 car. There's an incident ahead. Jetstar 4 car.
Sorry.
Jetstar 4 car. Get ready, going green. Pace car is off, be ready. Green, green, green. You cut that corner, you've got a slow down penalty. There's an incident ahead. Car on your left. Keep to the right. There's an incident behind. Clear. right. Clear. There's an incident ahead. Slow car ahead. Go right. You got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Oh, you're some bug, baby. Go fuck yourself. You're eating your protein.
Car on your left. Clear. .794. You're now in third. Car on your left. Clear on the left. just set your fastest lap of the session. New fastest lap for you. The car in P5 just set the fastest lap, 30.136. Slow car on the left. That car is a lap down. 31.942. Car right, clear. The car in P5 just set the fastest lap. 29.854. You got a slow car on the left. .098. You've probably lost some power. Clear. You've got some damage. Let's get that fixed. Cut that corner and got a slow down penalty. They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained. Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. Okay, go. Car right, the leader is coming up on you. They're not our fight. Clear on the right. Right side. Clear on the right. Car right. Clear on the right. Car right. Clear. Car right. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right. On your left, clear. 51.646. The leader is running 32.218. Clear on the left. 32.146. 5 minutes to go. 5 laps of fuel left. Right side, 31.919, clear.
I swear, I hope your fucking mom dies tonight, okay? I hope.
White flag this time, car stopped on the right.
Piece of shit driver, BMW, I swear, piece of shit.
.579.
BMW black and yellow. BMW at the end, and he crashed into me twice, but tell you what that. Oh yeah, I know, it's a BMW driver, piece of shit. They don't think it's Alan.
Right side, clear on the right. Car right, clear on the right. There's the checkered flag. Great job, you did really well.
Verstappen's into the pits. This may make or break the championship. Verstappen's into the pit lane, so is Antonelli, and we've got a few more drivers coming in as well. Folks, you gain 10 seconds for free if you come into the pit lane right now. 10 seconds for free. Because it's normally you lose 26 seconds if you come into the pit lane, and if you come into the pit lane under safety car or virtual safety car conditions, you only lose 16 seconds. So pretty much every single driver, apart from Piastri, Norris and Ocon, have come into the pits. What have McLaren done? I have no idea if this was the right call. Actually, it probably was the wrong call for Norris and Piastri to stay out. But why have they done that? What? Because you're getting a free pit stop. It's 10 seconds for free to get in the pit lane. Like, it's fresh tyres for Max Verstappen, fresh set of medium tyres. So he'll be doing 25 laps on these, and then on lap 32, lap 32, he'll be coming into the pits again for 7 cards to go to the end of the race. That will be the strategy. I don't know what is going on there. Like, I mean, Hannah Schmidt has done a very good job, very quick. It's just like immediately they had a tiny little margin. They said yes. And if Verstappen came into the pits, it's not like, you know, maybe Piastri was already ahead of the pit, the safety car line, or like the pit entry when the safety car got deployed. I don't think that was the case. But even then, you know, you did benefit from that to Piastri. But if Norris was behind Verstappen, he should have come into the pit lane, no questions asked. Just to confirm, Ocon does get a 5-second time penalty for jump starting the race, and Piastri. Oh, okay. So this is what happened. Sorry, not Piastri. Gasly has contact with Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg goes off into the gravel, gets a puncture from just driving over the gravel trap. That's how borderline it was. And Gasly, for the contact, got a puncture. So it wasn't the Pirelli tyres failing, you know, by the drivers just driving themselves, but it was a failure because the tiniest amount of contact. It was a very, very small wheel bang, but Piastri's front left failed and Hulkenberg's rear right failed at the same time. Yeah, that is very, very sketchy, to be honest. Imagine a tiny... Wait, Ocon's come into the pits, and still Piastri and Norris continue. So Ocon, who didn't come into the pit lane because I suspect Behrman and Ocon were too close onto the track for them to double stack them into the thing. They pit Ocon on the next lap to still get their pit stops done. But now, what the thing is now, if Piastri and Norris come into the pits, they go dead last. So they have cooked it. They have cooked it. Everyone is going to pit on lap number 32. That is correct, folks. Pretty much everyone is going to pit lap 31 or 32, which makes it a little bit boring in a way, because we know that there are 25 laps on this set of tyres, 25 laps on their second set of tyres, third set of tyres, shall we put it. But what are McLaren doing? They have thrown this... They genuinely have... well, let's not speak too early, but... they have thrown away a free 10 seconds that they could have gained via coming into the pits. Is that correct? I mean, if I'm missing something, then do let me know. But you lose 26 seconds if you pit under green flag conditions. You lose only 16 if you pit under the safety car. Okay, wait, let me put a poll out. Did McLaren screw up? McLaren screw up question. Okay, well, safety car's out, and they're going to pick up Nico Hulkenberg's car pretty soon, and then we should be going racing in the next couple of laps. Yeah, track has been declared clear, so where Nico Hulkenberg's car was, that is, their car is no longer there. The tractor that was picking it up has now moved off the circuit, so the track has been declared clear. So I suspect next lap we will probably have the safety car coming in, not on this lap, next lap, so lap number 10. Okay, 78% of people think that McLaren have screwed up. Okay, well, maybe, to be fair, if there's another safety car, but again, what are the chances of that? Who knows? Lando, so basically everyone else will be pitting lap 32 that we know of. Yeah, they've come over the radios and pitting on lap number 2. pitting on lap number 2, pitting on lap number 32, and all of these other drivers have got 1 pit stop remaining. Both of the McLaren drivers have got 2 pit stops remaining. Like, how does that make any sense? They're going to have to gain 26 seconds via, like, pushing and all of this. Unless McLaren have some super secret plan, trademark, I can't see how they'd benefit from taking a full pit stop over a safety car pit stop. Yeah, it doesn't, like... Let's say it's green flags right till the end of the race, right? Okay. So in the pit stops, all of the drivers from 3rd position down into 19th are going to lose 26 seconds by coming into the pits and doing 1 more pit stop. The McLaren team are going to lose 52 seconds by coming into the pit lane twice. Like, okay, well, we'll see. This is good for the championship, folks. This is good for the championship. It will bring Max it closer. I don't know how much it'll help Oscar Piastri, but let's see. Alright, we got 44,000 people tuned into the live stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We've only got 4,000 likes though, so if you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do so. It very much does help out the channel. I'll be streaming in Abu Dhabi, and it looks like we are going to have a title decider. In fact, I've got my suit ready. Let me show you my suit while we're in the safety car. In fact, safety car's in this lap, folks. Oh, you can see there. Maybe you can see it. A very, very fancy suit, ready for Abu Dhabi. This is I'll be wearing this to my own wedding, but a title fight in Abu Dhabi, I'm wearing this suit. So, anyway, safety car is in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the safety car is making its way towards the pit lane. Oscar Piastri is backing everyone up. Let's go. Let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. It's fresh tyres for Max Verstappen. That's going to give him a 7-lap tyre advantage over the McLarens. We know how quickly the tyres wear out around here. And, well, we're about to go underway for some racing. Boogity boogity boys, let's go. Track is clear, safety cars into the pits. Oscar Piastri has put his foot flat to the floor, and they make their way down the start-finish straight. Sensational speeds reaching up to 330 kilometers per hour. Norris in 2nd position, Max Verstappen right behind him, and this is it again. 5.4 kilometers to break DRS. DRS will be getting enabled very, very soon. This is it, folks. Okay. Lap 11 of 57 of this race. Everyone is on medium tyres apart from Pierre Gasly, who's on a set of hards. Yeah, purple first sector for Piastri. Oh my god, we barely got into sector 2 and Piastri's already broken the DRS window. And Norris is already broken it. This is mental. Sainz is in P3, great job from Carlos Sainz. Don't forget about the 25. I don't know what we're doing really. We'll probably get some sort of statement from them. Piastri fastest in sector number 2. I mean, this guy's clearly charged up his battery and he's just like, oh, maximum attack. And to be fair, he's got to go maximum attack. Lando Norris is staying very, very close to him now. And Norris is in fact very close to getting that DRS range. DRS not yet enabled, or get enabled on the following lap. But, well, it's fair reason for Piastri to be pushing in sector 1 and 2 because Norris is 1.2 seconds behind. The reason we had a safety car was Gasly and Hulkenberg had contact, and that tiny little contact caused Hulkenberg to get a puncture and Piastri to get a puncture. There is gravel on the circuit, folks. Oh my god, gravel on the circuit going through turn number 2. They didn't clear up that much gravel, and it looks like, well, it's a potential puncture risk. Let's just put it that way. With the way that we've seen how fragile these tyres are, I can't say for certain that chances. So I would say thank you, Pierre Gasly and Nico Hulkenberg, for making this race a little bit more exciting by introducing gravel onto the circuit. DRS has been enabled, but look at that gap, 1.4 seconds for Piastri against Norris. In the first sector, Piastri again a 10th quicker. We'll see what he can do through sector number 2. Lando Norris, lap time deleted for exceeding track limits at turn number 10. So the previous lap, when he was pushing super hard to stay with Piastri, he exceeded track limits. That is the first track limit deletion for Lando Norris. Okay, issue, and yeah, he is ahead of Carlos Sainz, broken the DRS to him. However, he is 3 seconds back. We've had 2 laps under the safety car, 2 laps after the safety car has just come in, and Max is already 3 seconds down. Like Verstappen genuinely said over the after press conference, he's like, I'm going to need to cut one more penalty to keep up with the Piastri. That is how far behind they are, and well, yeah. But does it really matter? Because both McLarens have got to do 26 seconds more in the pit compared to Max Verstappen. What does lap deleted mean? That means they went wide on the circuit. There's a painted white line. You've got to go to the wrong side of the painted white line. Lando Norris did so, and as a reason, he got a lap time deleted. If he does that 3 more times, he will get a second time deleted. No, I said it will. Most likely, it's not a skill issue for Max Verstappen. Like, more likely, it's a car issue. Maybe I misspoke, but yeah, it's more likely a car thing because, well, Max's track record this season has been pretty incredible. Okay, we're on lap number 13 of 57, and even with Max having 7 lap fresher time, we're still able to keep up. But now he's 4 seconds back. Okay, purple final sector there for Oscar Piastri. He's not even got DRS, man. He's gone purple in the final sector. Piastri is a right shot. Okay. I believe in Sainz. Yes, Sainz potentially looking good for a podium here. If something was to go wrong, for example, like the McLarens having to come in for an extra pit stop, then in theory they would come out. Wait, the gap has just gone up to the gaps. Yeah, I misread. But essentially, yeah, if the McLarens have to do their extra pit stop, which they do, but right now the net positions would be Sainz on a podium. Okay. Here we go then. Folks, have you got any of your votes for driver of the day? I mean, Bortoletto's up 3 positions, Hamilton's up 3. Yeah, any sort of predictions for who is your driver of the day? What does green outline on the gap means? Green outline on the gap means that they are gaining, but to be honest, this isn't the most reliable thing in the world. This, of course, means they're within the DRS range, and we've got a nice. We've got a Fernando Alonso DRS train. Choo choo. It's not. To be honest, we've had this all season long. Alonso is great at building this DRS train, so very nice. But yeah, it's meant to be that the driver's gaining, but Norris is losing. So I don't know. Nico Hulkenberg driver of the day, yeah, maybe, for bringing that gravel out onto the circuit and causing all right. So Piastri slows through the speed traps. That's of course because he hasn't had a slipstream off anyone. No DRS as well to increase his top speed. Yuki Tsunoda quickly through the speed traps. 341 kilometers per hour. The Ferraris 335 for them, looking good. And yeah, Colapinto's dropped off the back of the DRS train. It's been cut from 6th position all the way down to 19th, to 60. In fact, the whole DRS train is an Aston Martin sandwich. Alonso's at the top and Stroll is at the back. Do McLarens have to do 3 pit stops due to 25 lap rule? No, they only have to do 2. So they'll pit on lap 25 or somewhere around there. And also, folks, they are going to lose. Wait. McLaren have really messed this one up. Okay, if they lose 26 seconds in the pit lane, as is expected, Oscar Piastri, if he comes out 26 seconds behind where he currently is, he comes out only 3 seconds back from Pierre Gasly. If Norris comes out, he'll be also like 2 seconds back from. He'll be like 5 seconds back from Pierre Gasly, but they're not even going to have clean air, and they're going to be stuck in a whole bunch of traffic while Max Verstappen is sat in clean air. Like, what? Yeah, this is maybe the biggest blunder of blunders that McLaren have made. Of course, this happens, in a high-pressure environment. You look at the Red Bull team; they've experienced 2021 incredible pressures of going toe-to-toe in a championship battle right at the end, and all of the mechanics, the engineers have at least experienced that level of pressure. Whereas McLaren, had they really experienced anything like this? The engineers, they've had this huge time zone shift, 11 hours compared from Las Vegas time zone to the Qatar time zone. They're not really doing well in sleep. They've never experienced this incredible amount of pressure before. And, well, clearly, I guess the mistakes are showing. Tire rule is stupid. I mean, it's stupid until you get a tire failure, and then you see some driver go off into the barriers at 200 miles an hour. So so Pirelli have put that in for a reason. In my personal opinion, they should have just put in tires for Qatar specifically because it is such a high speed, high downforce track. But Pirelli don't have the R&D budget. Well, they just decided that they don't have the R&D budget to do so. They probably could have done it if they wanted to. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way. We have got 47,000 people tuning into the live stream. Very much is appreciated. If you find it, the like button, be sure to do so. And also we're getting 500 subscriber target. Very much is appreciated. The race, by the looks of it, is going down to the season, the championship is going right down to the line in Abu Dhabi. What makes the track have more downforce? Not the track specifically, but the cars will have more downforce because all of these corners are high speed, and at a high speed, when you're going through a high-speed corner, your downforce levels are the most important thing. If you're going down straight, of course, your engine is much more important, but here in Qatar, we've got mainly high-speed corners. What is the tyre limit? So anyone that hasn't been keeping up to date with what's been going on in Formula 1, because this is such a high-speed track, the drivers are experiencing 4 and 5G going through every single corner. The tyres wear out exceedingly quickly here in Qatar, and for that reason Pirelli have said you can do a maximum of 25 laps on one set of tyres. After that you have to come into the pits, otherwise you'll be disqualified for breaking the rules. And yeah, Piastri and Norris are going to have to do that. So in 9 laps time, or within the next 9 laps, they'll be coming into the pits. McLaren strategists thinking they did a 500 IQ. I didn't think it's a 500 IQ play. What happened to Nico? He had contact with Gasly, and it resulted in him DNFing. Okay, they're coming over the radios to Oscar and stuff and things like that. Oscar comes over the radio saying the front left is a little bit dead, but pretty consistent. So places where he can help improve his tyre wear and not have too many problems. And you can see now the McLarens are starting to feel the pain. Max Verstappen sets a personal best lap time, and he goes 0.3 quicker than Norris on the previous lap. And Norris's tyres are 7 laps older than Verstappen's, and they're starting to reach the end of their life and starting to get older and older. Okay. And now if the McLarens come into the pits, okay, look, if Piastri comes into the pits now, he comes out in traffic. He comes out stuck between Bortoleto and Stroll. We know how difficult overtaking is here. And Norris is going to come out. Where is he going to come out? He's going to come out in between, behind Ocon and Gasly. That is where they're going to come out if they come into the pits. Immediately, they've still got 8 more laps, but with the way things are going, Alonso's slowing everyone down, and McLaren's further and further into this big old DRS train. And Alonso, in a way, I think, is helping Verstappen for the title. Of course, maybe not on purpose, but Alonso's doing his race. He doesn't want anyone to overtake him, and the virtue of circumstances, it's making it even worse for McLaren. Yeah, Alonso, of course, has got a little bit of a vendetta with McLaren. It's not been his favourite team, of course, when he was back there racing in 2007. We've got collision between, I think it was, yellow flag infringement between Bortoleto and Stroll. No further investigation there. I'll keep you up to date on. Once again. Oh my God, Tsunoda, what are you doing, man? So this is a second track limits extension now for Yuki Tsunoda. He had 4 in the sprint race. We're now on lap number 19, so he's halved it. We had 19 laps in the sprint, and he exceeded it 4 times. Now he's only done it twice, but 2 more times, and Tsunoda will get a 5-second time penalty. Max Verstappen now matching Oscar Piastri's lap time, still going quicker than Lando Norris. Top 3 remain as they were off the start of the race. All aboard the Alonso train, indeed, all aboard the Alonso train. Piastri going purple again in the final sector. Quickly gets taken away by Lando Norris. Norris still got some more pace to give in sector number 3. But we are approaching lap number 20, and the McLarens are going to have to come into the pit sooner rather than later. If Max wins this time, 5 memberships. Thanks for that donation there, Reset. And also, yeah, big thanks to all of the channel members. We've got now over 140 channel members, so really do appreciate everyone that has become a channel member and is helping out the channel. It goes a long, long way for me to, get this lighting, this webcam, this mic, these 2 laptops and everything to be able to stream. Really does help. Okay. Max will have to pit again, correct. And you can see here that everyone is going to have to do 1 more pit stop at least, including Ocon. Ocon has done 2 pit stops. He's not going to be able to make it to the end of the race on this set of tyres because there's a 25 lap limit, and hence he will have to come into the pits again. Everyone's going to have to do at least 1 more pit stop. However, Piastri and Norris are going to have to do 2 more. McLaren on the race tried to come out ahead of Alonso. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I guess, okay, that could work actually. If Alonso slows down the field so that much more, then Piastri could come out ahead. So let's have a look. If Piastri pits right now, instead of being stuck behind, Bortoletti and Stroll, he's now going to be behind Behrman and Lawson. So this could be good news here for Piastri. But Norris, if he pits, he's now where he'll come out between Albon and Hamilton. So it's looking good for Piastri because he's got a 3.5 second window. So Alonso's slowing everyone right down, and in the next 4 laps, Piastri has got to gain 3 seconds on Fernando Alonso, and he'll come out ahead of him in clean air, and Piastri's race will be saved. Norris, however, is going to have to gain 7 seconds in the space of 4 laps. If he can't do that, he comes out in traffic paradise, folks. Traffic paradise of Alonso, Hadjar, Russell, Leclerc, Behrman. So it is possible and very much likely for Oscar Piastri to pull this one out. In fact, let's compare previous lap times. Piastri goes a 10.5 quicker than Alonso on the previous lap, but yes, it's not looking good for Norris. What is McLaren even planning? This is absurd. And even if they do this, right, and even if Piastri comes out ahead, then he will still be in a net P4, I think? Yeah, net P4. He'll be behind Verstappen, Sainz and Antonelli. So, yeah, Piastri's going to push. He's got to push, but his tyres are 21 laps old. He came over the radio a couple of laps ago to say his tyres are old and they feel dead. He's just been told over the radio not to push on the entries because it could result in, well, him losing lap time, but it also could result in a failure. If he's bouncing over those curbs that are pretty big and violent, then who knows? But this is the key gap that you have to look at, folks. Fernando Alonso to Oscar Piastri, it is 24 seconds right now. So Piastri needs, it's nearly 25 seconds. So Piastri needs 1 more second of lap time, which he can get in the next few laps. Lando Norris, however, that you need to do some maths here. But essentially, the gap between Alonso and Norris, if you take away the 2 numbers, that has got to be 26. And right now, it is 22. Alonso driver of the day. Yeah, Alonso's been backing everyone up, and quite a good defensive job from him. Isaac Hadjar must have that Aston Martin rear wing imprinted into his eyeballs at this point. He's been stuck behind Alonso for that long. Also, the pit lane is going to be absolute chaos on lap 32, folks. It is going to be mental. Pretty much everyone, with the exception of Piastri and Norris, are going to be coming into the pits. Like, it is going to be berserk in the pit lane. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Lap number 23 of 57. The McLarens have got to come into the pits very, very soon. Norris comes over the radio, says he's struggling. Well, Norris, now is not the time to struggle. You risk getting stuck in traffic paradise. Yeah, they'll have to pit in the next lap or two. Like, it's okay, they'll say we'll come down one. So I think they're changing the front wing angle on Lando Norris's car because he's having a bit of... Oh, Albon has got a black and white flag. He's exceeded track limits 3 times now. So one more time that he exceeds track limits and he will get a 5-second time penalty. Alonso's pushing, really. Alonso's setting personal best lap times here. And to be honest, Alonso's got a bunch of clean air. He's been managing his tyres, and Hadjar behind him. I don't know how Hadjar's been able to stick in Alonso's DRS because he has been sat in dirty air for the best part of 15 laps now. And Alonso has got clean air for 15 laps, but still Hadjar's able to keep up. Yeah. Okay, folks, this is it. The critical gap. You can see Piastri is 27 seconds ahead of Fernando Alonso right now. He will be coming in onto the next lap, and they're going to double stack the McLarens, which could result in even further mess ups for the pit stop for Lando Norris. So the McLaren crew are going to have to be careful here. We're on lap number 24 or 57, and they can do a maximum of 25 laps on a single set of tyres. Wait, is Verstappen not going to be effective first? He is going to be effective first position because once the McLarens come into the pits, all remaining drivers will have one pit stop left. What did Max do? Max did nothing. McLaren is the one that messed up. Carlos Sainz will be on for a net podium. Will be on for a second position. That would be monumental for the Williams team, and I would love to see it. Box over the radio to Oscar Piastri, and the gap is 27.5. So as long as McLaren do not mess up this pit stop, Piastri comes out ahead of Fernando Alonso. The timing has got to be good, and the high pressure stakes now for the McLaren team. Piastri comes out of the final corner, dives in towards the pit lane entry, super late on the brakes, and Lando Norris continues on for one more lap, I think. Or is Lando Norris following him there? Yeah, Lando Norris continues on. Norris pitting on the next lap. McLaren don't want to take the risk with the double stack, so Piastri comes in 1 lap early. And quick pit stop for him, and that is, what, 3.1 seconds for Oscar Piastri. And here he is, coming down the pit lane. Sainz and Antonelli blow past it. That will be a net P4 for Oscar Piastri. And Fernando Alonso is coming down the straight. It should be enough for Piastri as he comes out, and he is comfortably ahead of the Spaniard. Okay, Lando Norris, he's going to come out. If he pits on the next lap, which he has to pit on the next lap, by the way, he's going to come out behind Alonso, I think near Hadjar and Russell, unless something crazy happens right now. Thanks, Steele, for the donation. I'm so frustrated for McLaren. Stop throwing. Yeah, I mean, McLaren have had this world title in their hands, and genuinely, they are throwing more than a world champion Olympic javelin thrower. Like, they are throwing more than a javelin thrower. I mean, that's quite a weird analogy. Anyway, McLaren are throwing in a very crazy way. I don't know how they've done this. Okay, so here comes Lando Norris. Yeah, I'm going to have a quick sip of water because my throat is really starting. We've got 52,000 people tuning in. Thanks everyone for tuning in very much. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here of McLaren screwing up the quite possibly the easiest strategy in the world. Okay, 2.2 second pit stop for Lando Norris. That helps out a little bit, but he's coming down the straight. He's coming through the pit lane now. And where is Fernando Alonso? Does he make it out ahead of Alonso? Piastri, it's close. It's going to be borderline here. And Alonso's coming down the straight. And the quick pit stop has done it. If it was... Oh, Alonso's trying to go around the outside. Norris's tyres are not warm. And by 1 car length, Lando Norris makes it through. The pit stop crew have done a monumental save. And a 2.2 second pit stop has just saved Lando Norris from being stuck behind Fernando Alonso. Wow. That was... yeah, they have just saved Lando Norris by the craziest margins. If that pit stop was 1/10 slower, Alonso would have been around the outside, and Norris would have been stuck in the DRS track for the rest of the race. So Norris just makes it through. That in-lap was mega, and Alonso's lap on that occasion was combination, quick pit stop, quick in lap, and a slow lap for Fernando Alonso, put it all together, and with speeding in the pit lane. Okay, no, that was Stroll speeding in the pit lane. For a second there, I was like, Norris has just been noted for speeding in the pit lane, but that is incorrect. That was Stroll has been noted for speeding in the pit lane. Thanks, Jedi5, for the donation. Oh, McLaren World Drivers' Championship. Why, thank you. We'll just pop it in here. Pop a silver platter to Max Verstappen, yeah. Oscar Piastri, fastest lap of the race. And now, the question is, will Piastri be able to overtake Kimi Antonelli and get up onto the podium? Yeah. The other thing that McLaren are going to try and do now is, of course, they're going to go the entire to lap number 50, and they're going to put on the softs right at the end of the race to try and make some overtakes. We don't know if it will work, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it might work. It's going to be pretty borderline here. Actually, McLaren, Stroll has been given a 5-second time penalty. I'll let you know if any more penalties come through. But right now, that Max Verstappen gets held in the pit lane. If he comes into the pits now, Sainz, Antonelli, Alonso, all of the riders will also come into the pits around about lap number 32, and they'll be going to the end of the race, and they have to pit lap number 32 because that's how borderline it is, the 25 lap rule. They can't pit any earlier because then they'd have to do 26 laps to go to the end of the race. All right. Does Max need to change his tyres a lap 25 tyre or not? He does. A lap number once he's done 25 laps on those tyres, he has to come into the pits. And yeah, as you can see right now, he has done 20 laps on those tyres. On that previous lap, Oscar Piastri goes 4 tenths quicker than his teammate, 7 tenths quicker than Max Verstappen. So really, really good pace there from Piastri, but McLaren. So both teams have done 2 pit stops. McLaren, all of the other teams did it under the safety car. McLaren did it, both in green flag conditions. So there's a 10-second pit stop delta between pitting in the safety car, not pitting in the safety car. And the McLarens are more than 10 seconds faster than every other car on the field. Like, Piastri won by like 5 or 6 seconds just in the sprint race alone. So even though McLaren may have screwed up the strategy, just because their car is an absolute rocket ship, they might just get away with it. What happened to Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg got crashed into by Gasly. A little bit of contact, off into the gravel. Puncture for him, puncture for Gasly, and that was the end of that. Alonso's really hurting Haas right now. He's playing the long game, but Alonso is just holding everyone. Well, he was holding everyone up in a DRS string. Now everyone's decided, oh no, my tyres are too hot. Alonso's done exactly what he needed to do to help score some more points, get ahead in the constructors title. All right, we've got 23,000 people tuning into the live stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Be sure to smash that like button. And we've hit the halfway point of this race, folks. Lap number 29. We've got 29 laps remaining, 29 laps completed. And we are 150 subscribers, 120 subscribers away from our subscriber target. So very much would be appreciated if you guys haven't hit the subscribe button. I'll be commentating for Abu Dhabi, and with the way things are going, it might be a 3-way fight. Let's see. We might also be the biggest live stream on YouTube. Let me just check. So I think by the looks of it, we are the biggest live stream on YouTube, folks. So, big done. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, I would like to for another record here. So, previous record was gaining 2,000 subscribers in the space of, I think it was 30 seconds. We gained 1.5, so if we could gain 2,000 subscribers in the space of 30 seconds, that would be pretty nice. Oh, Piastri's got DRS here on Kimi Antonelli, tries to go around the outside, he does so. What a move from Oscar Piastri. Antonelli having absolutely well, no pace whatsoever to defend, because look at the tyre difference. 17 laps is the tyre difference between Piastri and Antonelli. And Antonelli just, well, says Antonelli cannot do anything. Piastri, great overtake. Now the question is, can Norris do the same? Brilliant job from Piastri. And even though McLaren may have had a strategic blunder, things are looking well. Things are looking good. We'll see what Antonelli can do. To try for the world record again, we want 2,000 subscribers gained in the next 30 seconds. So what I'm going to say is, if you haven't subscribed, when Oscar Piastri comes across the line, comes across the checkered flag that you can see just above my webcam, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit subscribe, so we'll see how many subscribers you can gain in 30 seconds. Yeah, right now we've got the best shot of doing it for the Formula 1 coverage. So let's stick with that. Lap number 32 is approaching. Absolutely huge pandemonium go down in the pit. To be frankly honest with you guys, everyone is going to be coming into the pits, and well, it's going to go mental. Yeah, Piastri's come across the line, folks. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to do so. The subscribe button is going up rapid. You woke up to the Piastri overtake. Yeah, I did a little bit late. Well, here comes Lando Norris. He's now got DRS on Antonelli. Let's see what he can do. He's within 9/10. Antonelli was trying to overtake Norris with DRS. Antonelli couldn't pull it off, but look at the tyre difference. It is 17 laps. Antonelli will be coming into the pits soon, but regardless, he is holding up Lando Norris ever so slightly as they go through second. And there we go. We've gained nearly 1,000 subscribers. I think nearly 1,000 subscribers within the span of 30 seconds. Pretty good for that, folks. Thank you all for subscribing. Not that close to subscribers in 30 seconds. It took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers when I started out the channel, so really is appreciated. Back to the coverage though. Lap number 32 has arrived. Max Verstappen has just started lap number 32, and well, he's going to be coming into the pits on the end of this lap, or on one. Okay, gap between Verstappen and Piastri is currently 18 seconds. So when Verstappen comes into the pits, he is going to come out between Norris and Piastri. Norris will be clear, but the thing is, everyone's coming into the pits on the same lap, so that means that yeah, it doesn't really matter. We'll see the pit stop window. Gabriel Bortoleto has just been told the highest speed for 2 laps off the so he's just been told to go full send, see if we can pull anything off, because Hamilton is stuck behind Alexander. Also, the Ferrari's 9th and 14th position. At least this weekend, at least right now, the Scuderia Ferrari is the highest position powered car. It's not the Master, it's not the Sauber. Quickest Ferrari powered car. Russell was on the dirty side of the grid at the start of the race, which really compromised him. And then I think in the pit stops, everyone came into the pits at the same time, and then George Russell got held a little bit because you can't just drive out into the pit lane and you've got another person coming out. So that's what happened to George Russell. Bad race start, and then bad unfortunate time in the pit lane. Okay, Max Verstappen, first driver's coming into the pit, and set of hard tyres for him. This is going to the end of the race. As you can see, folks, there are 25 laps remaining of this race, so Max Verstappen can go right to the end on this set of tyres. Okay, this is mega. Okay, Norris, everyone's coming into the pits. Now Sainz, now Antonelli, and the pit lane is going absolutely berserk. They barely get the Mercedes out before Alonso comes into the pits, and now they double stack the Mercedes. Great job for teams are going to have to do a double stack because all of the drivers have pit on this occasion. Leclerc 3.2 seconds and then we've got that was close between the Sauber and the Red Bull, and then we've got the positions now 1 for Norris, 3 for Verstappen. But Piastri has now got to gain 19 seconds. 9 seconds in 25 laps. Oh my god, this is like the Michael Schumacher thing, isn't it? Michael Schumacher, I think in 1999 at Hungary, had 25 laps to pull out a 19-second gap and to try and win this race. So Piastri has now got to emulate Michael Schumacher and set 19 qualifying laps, one after the other, to try and get the race win here. This is what Piastri's got to do. Michael Schumacher pulled it off, but of course Schumacher, 7-time world champion, must get Piastri half a second quicker than Lando Norris. Incredible from Piastri. It is hammer time. Let me know in the chat. Will Piastri be able to pull that one off compared 19 seconds he's got to pull in the next 25 laps? Ooh. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Everyone's done their final pit stop apart from Piastri and Norris. Here we go. We might have to even keep track of the fastest laps here between us and Piastri. Ollie Behrman's car is in unsafe condition. I don't know what happened there to Ollie Behrman, but must have had some sort of damage. So as you can see there, folks, 26 seconds is lost in the pit lane. That's what the driver is. And, well, Piastri, this gap, this number here is the gap that you've all got to be looking at. 7.6 seconds is what it is right now. And by the time Piastri comes into the pits, or, you know, by the end of the race, essentially, that needs to extend to at least, say, 20 seconds or 22 seconds by the time he comes into the pits, and then he can because Piastri will be on soft tyres at the end of the race. I can pretty much guarantee that. Because he'll be coming around about lap number 50, he'll put on the soft, and there'll be go, go, go. Slow mode, we've already got slow mode, but when you got 57,000 people in the chat, it gets a little bit difficult. Folks, if you haven't hit the like button, be sure to do so. It is now go time for Oscar Piastri. He's got to gain 25 seconds on Max Verstappen. The thing is, Max is on fresh tyres as well. So it's like, it's a little bit different. Of course, the hard tyres are a bit slower than mediums, but Piastri has got recent old medium tyres. So it sort of balances out on the previous lap. Piastri is not pulling out the gap that he needs to pull out. Esteban Ocon comes into the pits because he pitted on the second lap of the safety car rather than the first lap. So he's done his pit stop, and yeah, he'll be coming out a little further back from the top 10. Will the McLarens need another pit stop? Indeed, they will. McLarens will need another pit stop. Behrman is under investigation for his car. Behrman is currently in 18th position, so I don't think it really matters. Yeah. Okay, folks, so currently the point standings, let's just put them up here for a moment. It's 18 points for Lando Norris, 25 for Piastri, and 15 for Verstappen. However, when the McLarens come into the pits, that is all going to change. And, well, I'll bring the numbers up on lap number 50 after the McLarens do their pit stops. Tsunoda's been noted for an unsafe release. That might be a penalty for him, but he's down in 12th position, so it's not going to matter all that much. Why didn't McLaren pit under the safety car? Well, you've got to ask McLaren's head strategist because they have it's a big screw up. Yeah. Oh, something, what's gone on? Behrman did he stall the car? No, something went wrong in his pit stop and he couldn't get going again. And, I don't know, something went wrong with Behrman. We've got the replay here. I can't really tell. It looks like the rear jack is still on or something stuck underneath the car and he couldn't get going. Either way. Behrman down in 18th after a bad pit stop. Okay, in the net lead of this race, we've got Max Verstappen, who is in the net lead by 18 seconds. 18 seconds is the net lead for Max Verstappen. On the previous lap, Piastri goes 4/10 quicker, but 4/10 per lap is not enough for us. Lando P3 twice and he would have won anyway. Yes, it just makes it way more borderline, doesn't it? No, like McLaren could have won this Norris or Piastri could have won this championship a few races ago, or maybe this race. But yeah. Oh, okay. So they're saying. Okay, so they're saying best pace as you can to target -1. So I think their strategy will probably be pit lap 49 and they're going to try and overtake Max on a fresh set of softs at the end, which could work, by the way. This is another thing that I'd like to point out. Right at the end of the race, Max Verstappen will be on a 25-lap-old set of hard tyres. They'll be barely hanging on, whereas Piastri and Norris will be on a fresh set of softs, and the softs are way quicker. The lap times we were looking at yesterday during quali, the 1:19s. Right now Max Verstappen is doing a 1:24. Of course, when the fuel loads get lighter, that will change things up quite significantly, but do not count out the McLarens on fresh softs at the end of this race. All right, whoa. Yeah, this is going right down to the wire, folks. What if the softs give up? Well, the thing is, the softs are unlikely to give up because it'll be right at the end of the race, which means 100 kilograms less fuel in the car, and they should have, they should be able to push for a little bit longer. If it was right at the start of the race, it would be a bit more risky because you've got all of that extra fuel making so much more heat and so much more tire wear, which is a problem, but at the end of the race, not so much of an issue. Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda, no further investigation for his unsafe release, so no penalty for him, and he continues on. Norris has a damaged car, apparently, it looks like. Yeah, I think that came over the team radio, didn't it? Either way, I don't know where he's picked up damage, because he didn't... yeah. I don't know, I think it says over... It came over the radio momentarily that Lando Norris